Okay, so what you're about to see is definitely going to blow your mind. Well, it definitely did blow my mind after I saw it. So rather than just telling you about it, I think I'll just show you what that is. So this is the night footage of the VIOFO A139 Pro I caught recently while going out at night. And this is a raw footage, unedited, so it hasn't been altered in any way. Now take a look at the Swift car which is pulling up in front of me. And also let's just pause the video and show you the glare of the opposite headlight which is coming right here. So in spite of such a high glare and in spite of my headlight beaming onto the car, you can see the license plate so much clearly and there is absolutely no noise in the license plate. So this is really impressive from this camera and really impressive from the Sony STARVIS 2 sensor. So I haven't seen any dash camera do this specifically at night. Such a clear and noiseless license plate read. I'm definitely impressed with this camera and there's still a lot to show you and a lot to talk about. So let's not waste any time and let's get started. So the A139 Pro comes in three different variants. You have a single channel variant which covers only the front of the car, a dual channel variant which I'm going to show you in this video which covers both front and the rear of the car, and a triple channel variant which covers the front, rear and the interior of the car as well. So all three variants have their own different prices. The front only single channel variant comes at a price of around 28,000 rupees. The dual channel variant which I'm showing you in this video comes at a price of around 38,000 rupees. And the most premium model, the triple channel variant, comes at a price of around 47,000 rupees. That's quite pricey, you might say. Well, I definitely agree with you. This is a pricey dash camera. And before you decide on not buying this just looking at its price, I want you to take a look at some of the interesting features this dash camera offers at such a pricey point. So first things first, apart from having a Sony STARVIS 2 sensor for the front camera, it also has a Sony STARVIS IMX291 sensor for the rear camera as well. This makes sure that the rear camera quality is also up to the mark. And based on what I have seen and which I'm going to show you in rest of the video, the rear camera quality is really excellent compared to all the other rear camera qualities which I have seen till date. The rear camera offers a field of view of 140 degrees and the interior dash camera, which I'm not going to show you in this video, offers you a field of view of 170 degrees. This dash camera is super capacitor based and there is no battery built in. Also along with this, the A139 Pro supports micro SD cards up to 512 GB. This means you get a lot more video footage for a single same memory card. It has a 5 GHz built-in Wi-Fi network, which means the connection speed is very much fast, about 5 to 6 times faster than a conventional 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, and a file size of about 400 MB might take around 30 seconds to transfer from the dash camera to your smartphone. The CPL filter for this dash camera comes within the box and you don't need to purchase it separately. The hardware kit for this dash camera comes with a dedicated voltage switch, which means you can manually set the voltage after which the parking monitoring should turn off. So this makes sure and this will assure you that the battery will not drain out after you have enabled parking monitoring, and you can be assured that your car is going to start the next day. It supports one of the most advanced buffered parking mode. So this means the camera writes into the cache memory once the parking mode is enabled, and whenever any event is detected, the camera will transfer about 10 to 15 seconds video footage of before the event, at the event, and about 10 to 15 seconds after the event has happened. So this means any event happening or any disturbance happening in and around the car will be captured from before the event happening, at the instance of the disturbance, and of course even after this. So this is a very interesting and a very practical requirement of any dash camera. Also along with this, the rear camera live view is supported within the VIOFO app. This dash camera has a provision to add an interior cam, an audio video cable, an external microphone and a wireless Bluetooth remote. You can use the AV cable which you can purchase locally at around 100-200 rupees. You can connect that with your Android car stereo system if you do have one in your car and transmit live video footage from the dash camera to your Android car system from both front and the rear of the car. Apart from all these interesting points, there is one very practical point which I personally like. There is a wide range of customization options for this dash camera within the app. This means you get to alter and play around with a lot of settings for this camera, including the feature to increase or decrease the exposure value of individual cameras, the front, rear and the interior. So you get to adjust the video quality according to your requirements within the app, and this is something which really impressed me a lot about this dash camera. So let's move on and take a deeper look at this camera, its video quality review and license plate readability, and show you what this camera has to offer you. Now taking a look at the daytime footage, now this daytime footage is crisp and sharp. It's very much natural looking, and this is in full HDR. Now there's a Hyundai Creta standing at the left, and I'll just park right behind it so that I can show you the license plate readability. Now at the close range, as you can see, there is absolutely no noise again, and the license plate readability is one of the finest which I have seen in any dash camera till date. Now notice the bus, which is about 20 to 30 feet away from my car, and if I go ahead and zoom in on the license plate of the bus, now again there is absolutely no noise and no distortion. You can clearly read the number plate, and you can clearly make out individual letters and numbers even at such a far distance. Now this is something really impressive, and this is something which can be only done in a 4K camera. Now this is a rear camera view, and you might just see a bus passing through on the left. And if I just pause the video and take a look at the license plate, now this has some noise and disturbance, but still, considering it's a 1080p rear camera, this is a really excellent license plate read at a close range, and by far among all the rear cameras which I have seen, this is definitely the best among them. Also, one additional important feature of the rear camera is that you can rotate it inside towards the cabin. So this means you will be able to record the interior of the car from a rear perspective as being shown on the video right now. So this is one additional advantage of having a 360-degree rotatable dash camera. You can adjust the rear camera to either record to the rear side or the interior of the cabin. So this is a side-by-side comparison of both front and the rear camera of the VIOFO A139 Pro. The front camera has a HDR video at 4K resolution at 30 FPS frame rate. It has a bitrate of around 30,000 kbps, and the file size of this front camera is about 200 megabytes per minute. The rear camera is at 1080p at 30 frames per second, and the bitrate is around 12,000 kbps, and the rear camera video files take about 90 megabytes per minute. You can notice that the rear camera video looks quite whitewashed because of the higher exposure compared to the front camera, and the front camera is giving a more natural look and a high contrast look, and definitely it is much sharper and crisper compared to the rear dash camera. So the video obtained by the front camera is one of the finest which I have seen in any of the dash cameras which I have reviewed till date. So apart from having an exceptional license plate readability in night conditions, although it's a bit on the softer side compared to the daytime footage, but the amount of glare from the opposing headlights is reduced to a minimum, and you get a detailed crisp footage of night conditions due to the larger aperture size of f1.6 and also the Sony STARVIS 2 sensor. The overall night footage quality of this camera stands up to its expectations, and it really can't get any better than this. So what do you think now? Do you think you're interested in buying a premium camera with the premium features? Well, I've already mentioned the prices of each of the variants of these cameras at the beginning of this video. So if you are interested in purchasing this, the link to purchase it will be given in the description of this video, and also other relevant links for other interesting videos will also be provided right there. So just click on the link in the description, you will be redirected to the Amazon page where you can purchase it. Also, if you do have any doubts or queries regarding this, you can write that down in the comments below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. As a follow-up to this video, I'll be bringing a detailed installation and app setting video of this dash camera, and along with that I'll be bringing a comparison video of this dash camera with the VIOFO T130 triple channel 2K dash camera. That will be a very interesting video to look out for. So make sure you do not miss that important video by hitting that subscribe button of Travel Tech, and also smash that like button before you move on. So that's it. This was the video for today. Thank you for watching, and until next one, see you.